A controlled eruption. The raw power is undeniable. It ascends, not as an instrument of crude force. They thread the needle through a narrow canyon, a breathtaking display of skill. Humanity's best defense, a spear of fire, is hurled into the heavens to meet the phantom. A futile detonation in the sky. The entity is aware. It senses the approaching countermeasure. It blossoms. The cold metal shell peels back, not for a detonation, but for a broadcast. The jets turn and vanish, breaking the sound barrier only when they are far away. Every great story begins in darkness. Here, in the heart of the desert, a secret is about to awaken. The very earth opens up, not with the fury of nature, but with the cold, calculated precision of a hidden design. It looks alien, not designed for impact, but for influence. Its strange appendages aren't for steering. No big red button, just a simple, quiet confirmation. The most profound decisions are often made in the calmest rooms. A controlled eruption. The raw power is undeniable, but it's the intelligence behind it that is truly formidable. It ascends, not as an instrument of crude force, but as a needle about to be threaded through the sky. The nerve center of a nation's defense. Here, every screen tells a story, but a new, unwritten chapter is about to begin. The first sign of trouble isn't a siren, it's a single line of code, a digital fingerprint that belongs to nothing on file. Experience meets data. The commander sees the board, while his analyst sees the code. Both understand something is deeply wrong. The trajectory is insane. It's not an arc of aggression, it's an arc of observation. It's going up to look down. The order is given, not to stop it, but to understand it. In this new game, knowledge is the only shield. A silent separation in the vacuum. Each stage of the journey is precise, clean, and utterly relentless. A secondary ignition. It sheds its earthbound skin and becomes something else entirely. Something faster. It touches the atmosphere again, and the air itself ignites. It wears a cloak of pure energy, making it invisible to conventional eyes. A closer look at the fire. Those ripples aren't random. They are controlled, managed. A sign of a sophisticated intelligence at work. The defender's eyes go blind. The plasma cloak isn't just a byproduct of speed. It's a deliberate veil. If you can't see it, you try to feel it. The command shifts from radar to heat, chasing a thermal ghost across the sky. A flicker of heat on a satellite feed. They have its signature again, but they still don't know its intent. It's ignoring all the primary centers. This isn't a conventional move. This is a chess player thinking 10 steps ahead. It's emitting something, not a signal for communication, but a pulse, a sonar, mapping the digital landscape below. The time for analysis is over. The commander makes the call. You must act, even when you don't have all the answers. Humanity's best defense, a spear of fire, is hurled into the heavens to meet the phantom. The entity is aware. It senses the approaching countermeasure. It's not just a projectile, it's a predator. The smallest adjustment, a minute shift in its fins, a subtle change in its course, a calculation made in a microsecond. The move is impossible. It defies ballistic predictions. It's not just flying, it's actively evading with purpose. A futile detonation in the sky. The countermeasure finds nothing but empty air. The entity has already moved on. A moment of stunned silence in the command center. They just threw their best punch and hit a shadow. The strategy shifts. If you can't intercept it from the ground, you get eyes on it in the air. The most advanced jets on the planet ascend. Their mission, to give a face to this nameless threat. The pulses are getting stronger. The analyst realizes it's not just mapping, it's gathering data, learning the network. The commander has a terrifying epiphany. It's not just learning the network. It's creating a map of its vulnerabilities. The pilots close in. They are trained for any scenario, but the sight before them is not in any manual. Staring into the heart of the anomaly, It's like looking at a small, man-made star, brilliant and terrifying. The entity doesn't fire back. It simply speaks. A single, silent pulse of focused energy. The pilot's world dissolves into static. The F-35 is now just a metal shell, its electronic soul erased in an instant. A cascading effect hits the second jet. The pilots are no longer flying. They are merely passengers in falling machines. They managed to pull away, their systems slowly rebooting. They survived, but they were utterly and completely outclassed. The entity continues on its path, unbothered. It just demonstrated its power without leaving a single scratch. The truth dawns in the command room. This is an electronic warfare platform of unimaginable sophistication. The path on the map now makes horrifying sense. It's a highway that passes directly over the three main pillars of their entire national grid. The implications are staggering. If it can disable an F-35, it can disable a country. A desperate gamble. The commander orders everyone onto backup channels, trying to get off the digital grid before it's too late. The entity reaches its apex. It hangs in the silent darkness, poised over its target area. It blossoms. The cold metal shell peels back, not for a detonation, but for a broadcast. Inside is a core of pure, swirling energy, a storm waiting to be unleashed. The clock is ticking. 90 seconds until the broadcast. 90 seconds until the world changes. The analysts' calculations reveal a horrifying truth. The area of effect is larger than they could have ever imagined. A moment of peace before the storm. The commander looks at the quiet night sky, knowing the invisible tempest that is coming.
Zero!
The energy core reaches critical mass. It shines with a light that no one on the ground can see. A god's eye view of the board. The entity is perfectly positioned to create the maximum possible disruption. The final piece of the puzzle clicks into place. It's not just one pulse. It's a resonance cascade, a digital earthquake, a domino effect. It won't just knock over one piece. It's designed to bring the entire structure down. The broadcast begins. A silent, invisible ring of energy expands at the speed of light. The first casualty. A communications satellite goes dark, its electronic mind instantly wiped clean. The wave sweeps over the land, unseen, unheard, but fundamentally changing everything it touches. A ground station blinks out of existence. No explosion, no smoke, just silence. The first screen in the command center flickers and dies. The cascade has begun. Another system goes down, and another. The digital foundation of the nation is crumbling in real time. A symphony of system failures. Each dying beep is another note in a song of total electronic collapse. The analyst watches her screens go black. Her entire world of data has just vanished into the void. The commander watches the map. One by one, the lights representing his forces wink out, leaving only darkness. The main lights flicker and fail. The room is plunged into a momentary, terrifying blackness. The red emergency lights kick in, casting long, dramatic shadows. They have been sent back to a pre-digital age. Its purpose fulfilled, the empty shell of the entity tumbles through space, a silent monument to its own success. In the red gloom, the commander reaches for an ancient piece of technology. A direct physical link. A new plan is being forged. He speaks into the old phone, the Iron Wall Protocol. This is what they trained for, the scenario they prayed would never happen. The analyst shifts from a dead monitor to a paper map. Technology failed them, so now they turn to ink and human ingenuity. The command center transforms. High-tech screens are replaced by maps and markers. This is strategy at its most fundamental level. A runner brings a physical message. The pilots are safe. A small victory, but in this darkness, it shines like a beacon. The commander stares at a map of the adversary's territory. They may have blinded the lion, but they forgot about its claws. A new operation is named Ghost Echo, a promise to send back a message that the adversary won't see coming. In a hardened bunker, pilots are briefed with a whiteboard. No GPS, no radio, just skill, a compass, and a watch. A pilot jots down coordinates on a kneeboard. This mission depends on memory, instinct, and pure flying ability. The advanced jets are prepared in silence. Each payload is loaded with quiet determination. A moment of humanity. A look at a family photo before the pilot's face is hidden by a helmet. He knows the stakes. Under the moonlight, the jets move like shadows. No lights, no signals. They are ghosts already. A staggered takeoff. A carefully timed ballet to minimize sound and signature, disappearing into the night one by one. The jets fly low, hugging the terrain. They are a whisper flying below the adversary's silent digital ears. Back in the command center, they can only watch a clock. Their pilots are now completely on their own, beyond contact. The lead pilot navigates by landmarks and a paper map. This is flying reduced to its purest form. They thread the needle through a narrow canyon, a breathtaking display of skill, where one mistake means failure. A simple hand signal, 3 fingers, 3 minutes until they reach the heart of the adversary's operation. A silent nod of confirmation between pilots. They are a team, connected by trust instead of technology. The target appears, a remote, isolated facility, glowing softly in the dark, completely unaware of the approaching phantoms. The signal is given. A clenched fist opens. The echo is about to be sent. The jets split, executing a perfectly coordinated maneuver designed to confuse any last-minute detection. For a brief moment, their silhouettes cross the moon, 4 avenging angels moving in absolute silence. The pilot relies on his eyes and a mechanical sight. He lines up the target, a perfect analog solution. A single decisive click of a button on the control stick. The message is sent. A silent payload detaches, guided not by a network but by gravity and a final command. The jets turn and vanish, breaking the sound barrier only when they are far away. Their echo has been delivered. In the adversary's control room, all is calm. A commander enjoys a moment of quiet satisfaction, believing he is victorious. A jarring mechanical siren suddenly screams, a sound from a forgotten era, signaling an impossible breach. Panic erupts. They detected the jets leaving their airspace but never saw them arrive. How is this possible? The commander's face registers the ultimate truth. He silenced his enemy's voice, only to be answered by phantoms.